Hello, I'm happy to have you back with my conversation with Dr. Nadia. We call this episode Permission Granted. Dr. Nadia is an authentic and bold champion for women business owners. She's an author, and she is founder and CEO of the Doyen Agency, a global sales and sales training company. Dr. Nadia is passionate about helping women build profitable, sustainable businesses, leading from strength, being emboldened, and most importantly, getting paid. I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan, and this is part of my continuing series of conversations with brilliant, resilient women like Dr. Nadia, who have inspiring stories to tell and who are role models for the rest of us when it comes to learning to thrive. Dr. Nadia, hello.
Hello.
Hello. You've talked about granting yourself permission to grieve, to fail, and to be courageous, among other things. I wonder if you would now share with us some more of your wisdom that we might take away with us today and be able to implement on our own journeys.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many lessons. So I will try to keep it short. I think one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in this journey was having my counsel, having a circle of women who come alongside to really help, like you mentioned, birth this new baby, and birth a baby that I frankly was like, I don't even know. We don't know what this is, like, how do we create this? So it was really important to have that safety to just be. But then also that group to just kind of help move me forward. I like the mixture of my counsel. So I have one person on my counsel while they're very diverse in what they do. And there are some similarities. I love that I have someone that's really focused on my mental, emotional, spiritual part of me, because that's a big piece. I have someone that's focused on the business strategy. That's, and that's probably my most comfortable part. Having a former career as an engineer is like, oh yes, I could get down with strategy and points and steps and checklists. And then having someone to really help me with the words. How do you put all this into what you're doing or what you're creating? Where are the words for that? And having that as a collective. And one of the big pieces about that I really enjoy is they work together. So I'm not feeling like one person is leading me, telling me to go in one direction and someone else telling, like, there's this unity that we all work together to really create. So I encourage everyone to create a council, to find one, because it's really important to your growth.
That is such a brilliant idea. I like to call it my personal board of directors, but you're so right. And the fact that they work together, it's like your brain trust, right?
Yes.
They work together with your best interests at heart.
Yes.
That is such a brilliant idea. I really appreciate your sharing that. And how often do you meet with these? I'm assuming they're women. Are they women?
They are women.
Okay. I don't know why I assumed that, but I had a feeling.
I meet with them at least once a month. And, we talk about what's happening, what's working, what's not. We look at the numbers. So we really go deep. And we do things like have a quarterly finance meeting. So it's not just, there are lots of different pieces. But as I mentioned, there's also the emotional part. How are you feeling emotionally about these things that are going on? Because even when things are going well, there's still emotions that come up. And if you're not careful, they'll trip you up.
Yeah, you bet. You're so right about that. We talked about that before, right? If we stuff them down and if we ignore them, they will come back and bite us on the backside.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right. So that's a brilliant tip. Form your counsel.
Yeah.
Give us another one.
Another big piece for me has been the power of extreme focus. And so in 2018, I pretty much had just one offer. And I know, we talk about multiple streams and all these different things, but it just got down to focusing on one thing. But it allowed me to quickly work through things that didn't work well, and to also just reach some amazing accomplishments in terms of how fast I was able to generate revenue and support clients and those sorts of things. And I attribute a lot of that to just having extreme focus, and not being distracted by squirrels. So I see the squirrels, I see the shiny objects, but I have support to be like, nope, that's not what we're doing right now. We'll table that for the future. And that has really been massive about helping just create momentum after, making such a drastic shift.
That's, again, a brilliant point that you make. And I am this year, I have learned that focus, and stop that shiny object syndrome stuff. And I understand what you're saying about that. When we focus, and having a counsel to help keep us there, right? It's the people who have our backs are helping us to focus, right? So those go in tandem, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They totally do.
Yeah. Having people to keep you accountable for what you said you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And helping to guide you down that path so that you're not straying too far off course. Yeah. Two fabulous tips for us. Do you have another?
One other I would share is avoiding the comparison trap. I think, right? I see your face like, oh my gosh. It's so true though.
It is true. It is so true.
It is not, I have not found it to be easy. And I think, there's so many things that are going on, so many people that you may look up to or respect or want to emulate. But it's difficult to not, like you said, or you mentioned veering, so, and it's the shiny objects. And so it's like, or comparing where you are now to where they are. And it's been really important for me to not only focus on what I'm doing in my business, but to not make those comparisons. And they range from how I look, how I talk, how I dress, how I show up online, to how I run my business. So that has been huge, to stay away from the trap of comparison.
I'll bet that's a hard one. I know it's a hard one. I'm sure you feel what I feel, because there's so much out there as solopreneurs, and in your case, not solo anymore.
Right.
But we have so much opportunity to see other people and what they are doing, and thinking, maybe I should go do that.
Yep.
Or being coached to do something, and not taking the time to figure out whether it is in your zone of focus.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That you said you want to focus. So, and I do this myself. So I've created an umbrella. Underneath my umbrella, this is what I want to do. Anything that falls outside that is a no.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it easier to say no. But every once in a while I see something, or I hear about something, or someone comes at me with an idea, and I really have to stop myself and say, that's maybe good for them, but it's not right for me right now.
Right.
Yeah. So 3 great things. Have your counsel, keep your focus, and stop comparing yourself and where you are today in all of the facets of our lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just stop comparing, because you know what? At the end of the day, no one is like us, right?
No one. Yeah.
No one is like us. And we get to do this unique thing. And that's what That's what will attract others to us,
Yeah.
because it's how we do it.
Mm-hmm. It's totally. It's like our secret sauce. We want to toss our secret sauce out, our uniqueness, to blend in. It's like, no, don't do that.
Right, right. Our secret sauce. I love the way you put that. Yeah, yeah. Dr. Nadia, I am sure that there are going to be some people who are going to want to connect with you. So please tell us, what is the best way for them to do that?
One of the ways to do that is on our website at thedoyenagency.com. That's thedoyenagency.com. And I'm also on Instagram, sometimes on Twitter, and on Facebook at I am Dr. Nadia. And that's I am Dr. Nadia.
That's terrific. Okay, I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of people who seek you out because you've got some brilliance to share here. I have these conversations with women like you, Dr. Nadia, so we can inspire others. And almost every time, I'm the first one to be inspired. So thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you all for watching Permission Granted with Dr. Nadia Brown. This series of conversations is inspired by my latest book, Upside Down to Right Side Up, Turning Transition into Triumph. My book, the articles I write, and these conversations are intended to share stories from the heart and life strategies that can help others. I invite you to share them with the women in your lives, so none of us will ever have to feel like we are alone. Many of us have gone through similar experiences, and we're here to help. I believe it's our time to thrive. Will you join me on that ride? Till next time, I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan.